Welcome to Grapple FK, everyone. We're covering one of the prelims on the Waterson v Hill cards, and we're going straight in for this. It's Bobby Green versus Alan Patrick at lightweight. A very interesting fight. I'll quickly give a brief overview, and then we'll get Andrew's opinion on this. So they're around the same height. Bobby Green's 1 inch shorter. Reach, Alan Patrick has 74 inches, Bobby Green 71, so he's giving up 3 inches reach there. Bobby Green's orthodox, Alan Patrick southpaw, so on and so on. The one stat that immediately, that I noticed straight away was the significant strike differential between the two, and it's massive. So Bobby Green lands 5.22 per minute, whereas Alan Patrick lands 1.88 per minute. Andrew, what do you think about the stats I just talked about?
Those stats are a function of two very different styles or game plans. Alan Patrick, I think he wants to be like Colby Covington. You know, he goes in, he swings a couple of shots, and then goes for the takedown. I think he wants to be a chain wrestler. So that he's not throwing a lot, hence the low striking output. Bobby Green is obviously he's more of a boxer, hence the high striking volume. As for Bobby Green, how many shots is he absorbing?
We can check that right now, sir.
Because I think if I remember correctly,
3.52.
Okay, so that's good. That's a really good striking differential.
So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I've got so much to say about this because I've completely dissected Alan Patrick's game. It's always a great idea when looking at fights to figure out what their game plan is going to be, which in some cases is quite hard because decent fighters mix up their game plan and they've got a variety of tools they can use. But for Alan Patrick, he's pretty consistent with his game plan. As I said, he wants to be the Colby Covington kind of guy with the chain wrestling, throw some shots, then go in for the takedown. But there's a fundamental problem with this because the striking isn't very good and his takedown accuracy is 40%.
40%? Yeah.
Now, if you're going to go for that style, it needs to be way, way higher. So, like Kevin Lee, I see some major holes in Alan Patrick's game here.
Yeah, I have to Kevin Lee with you as well.
What holes are you seeing?
One of the most significant things that I've noticed about good old Alan's CV, very English name this, Alan Patrick. But one of the significant things that I've noticed is he joined the UFC in 2013. Since then, he's had 7 fights. So he's averaging a fight a year. His last fight was over a year ago, and he got knocked out. His fight prior to that was 15 months before that fight. This guy is not busy at all, and he's 37.
He's injury prone, apparently.
Is he? I know he's had a lot of cancelled bouts as well. I noticed on the website Topology, he's had a lot of cancelled bouts. Mm-hmm. And as you've said, he's injury prone as well. That really worries me about him. He's already an underdog in this. And the other thing I see is he doesn't throw enough volume. As you said, he wants to be a chain wrestler, but I don't think he's that good at mixing it in. And from what I've seen from Bobby Green, I think his takedown defense and his grappling is good enough to thwart his takedowns. His takedown defense is 73%, which is decent.
Yeah, it is. Those are my thoughts exactly. If Alan Patrick is going to play the Colby Covington game, it's just not going to happen against Bobby Green. He can do this against, with respect, the lower, the not so great people in the UFC, which is why he's 5-2 in the UFC, which is a reasonable record. But if you look at the caliber of competition, it's not great. Against somebody like Bobby Green, who's got a wrestling background, is not NCAA, but he's wrestled at a state level at high school. And as you said, with a 73% takedown defense, I think Alan Patrick is going to really struggle to implement his game plan. I think Bobby Green is going to stuff most, if not all, of his takedown attempts. And just basically thwart his plan, shut him down. And
Yeah.
another problem that I see is when Alan Patrick does get you down. Yeah, he gets some control time, but not enough. And his opponents tend to get up after, say, 30 seconds, or even immediately, or say a minute or 2 minutes. He doesn't get enough control time. And when
That's
he
a huge
does,
red flag.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And when he does have the control time, he's not, he's not punching them on the ground. He's not doing ground and pound, and he never goes for the submission. So he's not doing any damage, and he's not.
Yeah.
In my eyes, if I'm a judge, I'm thinking, well, what is he doing? He got control time
Exactly.
for a minute. What's he doing? It's just not the best game plan for him. If that said, he is explosive against lesser competition. He does look really good.
Yeah.
Setting up the takedowns with the striking, it looks really good. But against more seasoned, more experienced competition, it just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
But I know I'm waffling on here, but something really interesting with the striking, particularly against Tysomov. What's that guy?
The Russian, Maybek Tysomov. Yeah.
Yeah, the Chechen guy.
Yeah.
Who's a kickboxer.
He's quite old.
Is he how
joined
old?
the UFC. He joined the UFC quite late in his career, and he's not that good. So I wouldn't put too much emphasis on that win. You beat him, right?
Yeah. No, he got knocked out, I think, by Tysomov.
Oh, he lost to him.
Should we check that?
Yeah, let's check that.
I did watch that fight.
That was a long time ago, though. That was a very long time ago, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And my point with Tysomov.
Yeah, loss. You're right. You're correct. 2015.
Yeah.
Kicked.
So my point with Tysomov, if you're saying he's not the best striker, well, let me put it this way.
He's got power, though. Serious power.
Well, yes. So Alan Patrick was coming in, with the shots, trying to set up the takedown. But as he was, throwing those shots, he's getting countered before he lands. So there's a speed thing there. I don't think Alan Patrick is very quick with his hands. I don't know how that's going to compare with Bobby Green's hand speed, but he's probably
Bobby Green
slower.
has fantastic hands, in my opinion.
He's a decent boxer.
He keeps his hands down sometimes, which I don't like, but his judging of range, because he's a boxer, is so good. Mm-hmm. He's got decent kicks as well, that he can afford to keep his hands down. So I really favor Bobby in this fight. I think he's a very good fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I. I mean, I've got some problems with Bobby in the sense that, he looks like a proper boxer.
Yeah.
He moves like a boxer, which is really nice. I just don't see him throwing many combinations. And I think a lot of that striking output is from kicks and single shots.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me in a way, and this may be a bit of a stupid comparison, but he kind of reminds me of Roy Jones, the way he fights. As Roy Jones used to keep his hands down and then just come in with one looping left hook or something. He never used to throw many combinations like someone like Tyson did. He'd keep his hands down, play around, and then bang, come in with a looping right or a looping left. Bobby reminds me of that, but I think he can afford to do that because he is a boxer and he can judge range so well. And against someone like Alan Patrick, I mean, look at the stats. His significant strike landed per minute is very low. As you said, he doesn't really have control time on the ground, so he can't win that way. How does this guy really present a threat to him?
Exactly.
He's older than him. He's not active. He got knocked out in his last fight on the Khabib Poirier undercard, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can't even remember when it was, but it was a long time ago, his last fight. Let me check that.
Yeah, while you're checking that.
Khabib v. McGregor undercard, dude. That was his last fight.
That's a long time ago, yeah.
That is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he's 37.
37 at lightweight is pretty old. It's getting pretty old, yeah. When I was trying to learn about Bobby Green's wrestling pedigree, I had to go all the way back. I'm sure I may have missed, maybe 1 or 2 fights, but I was really struggling to find a fight where he fought an actual real wrestler. So I went back to 2013 against, what's his name, Volkman. Jacob Volkman, is that his name? Yeah, Jacob Volkman, who back in 2013 was a serious NCAA wrestler.
Okay.
Now, Volkman's game plan was to just take him down and grapple fuck him, standard, wrestling game plan. Bobby Green did get taken down, but after the first couple, he was getting up and he was stuffing the takedowns, almost all of them. And then in the third round, he ended up submitting Jacob Volkman.
Well, there you go.
I know this was 7 years ago, but it tells me that there's a fundamental base level of wrestling there that allows him to stop the takedowns and at least survive on the ground against a very seasoned wrestler, NCAA wrestler.
Yeah.
So when I think about that, I look at Alan Patrick and I think he's got no chance here.
Well, that's a great point. That's a great point, because NCAA is very high caliber, even if it is Division 1 or Division 2 or whatever. It's high caliber. I doubt Alan is anywhere near that.
No.
So, and what you just said is reflected by Bobby Green's takedown defense of 73%.
Yeah.
So,
the data backs it up.
Yeah, exactly. The data backs up exactly what you said right now.
Alan Patrick, as I see it, is basically a BJJ guy trying to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
It's just never going to work.
Yeah.
You can't
that is
learn.
The perfect description.
Yeah, you can't learn wrestling when you're, in
your 30s.
Yeah. Or even in your 20s, at the MMA gym. You're never going to learn real wrestling in the MMA gym, which is what he's done.
No. Unless you're George St. Pierre, but he's a freak. He learned quite late.
Did he? When did he start learning?
He really got into wrestling in his 20s.
Okay, he didn't do it at high school?
No, he didn't. No, it was just karate.
Okay.
Yeah,
karate.
But he's a freak, so he's probably the best of all time. Yeah. So I mean, coming on to onto the summary onto who I think will win. I think Bobby Green will definitely win this, and I'm putting him in the cum brackets accumulator.
In the cum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got to put.
Although the value isn't
in the
great.
But... Yeah, let me do the odds. Do you know what the odds are?
It says it here, -240 plus 200. But I think the other night when you checked, there was a discrepancy between the latest odds and what's up on ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe just quickly check the odds on whatever platform it is that you use.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'll be around that.
Let's have a look. Yeah, -250. So Bobby Green is a -250 favorite. I think that's okay.
That's not bad for
the
this fight. Yeah, that's not bad, because I'm 85% sure he's got this fight.
Yeah, so
90, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, -250. That's an implied probability of 71.4. So there's some cushion there. If you think, Bobby Green is winning 90% of the time or 80% of the time, that is a sensible bet.
Yeah.
Just one thing I'm less clear about. We know that Alan Patrick doesn't really have a clear way to win here. But how does Bobby Green win?
How does Bobby Green win? That is a good question. How many knockouts has he got on his record? He's got a few, hasn't he?
I don't think he's got many. Let's have a look.
Alan was knocked out in his last fight. Let's go to his full profile.
Bobby Green doesn't have any knockouts apart from a kick.
Yes. Yeah, I think, all right, yeah, looking at that, I think Bobby Green will probably win a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
I suspect he'll just light him up on the feet. Alan will probably shoot for takedowns, but he'll stuff most of them.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, once it gets to round 2, when Alan's tired, Yeah, I really can't see Alan winning this.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably Bobby Green by decision. Just one
Yeah.
other observation. Alan Patrick doesn't like getting punched in the face.
That's not good.
No,
It's not good for his career choice.
it's not. And he doesn't like generally he doesn't do well with strikers.
Let's check what he absorbs. He absorbs 2.39. So he absorbs more than he lands, which is not fucking good.
No, it's never good. I mean,
Yeah.
that stat alone kind of distinguishes, good fighters from just not so good fighters.
His
Obviously,
takedown defense is less than Bobby Green's.
Well, where is that takedown? The 66,
66%. Yeah.
That's an okay takedown defense.
It's not bad. Not
it
bad.
doesn't come into this particular fight.
I don't think so. I think what we've landed on, Bobby Green unanimous decision. I think what you said during the first segment of the video, where Alan Patrick will probably shoot for some takedowns in the first round, possibly get one, get most stuff, get tired, and then Bobby Green's just going to light the guy up.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see maybe Alan Patrick maybe getting one round. If he happens to get one takedown, he could steal a round.
Possibly, it'll be the first. It'll have to be the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to say, I think we're both saying Bobby Green, unanimous decision, right?
Yeah, Bobby Green, unanimous decision. He lands more. He's more active. He's got good takedown defense. He's younger. I really don't. Yeah, it has to be Bobby Green. Add him to the come guys. Brackets accumulator. Yeah. Anything else you want to mention quickly?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
No? Okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching again. We'll be back with more fight predictions. And there you go. That's the overall summary from both of us. Bobby Green by unanimous decision. Take care, everyone. Bye.